Good evening and welcome to Lane Community College. My name is Knight Uretsky. I'm joined alongside Ben McGrath as the Lane Community College Titans men's basketball team are taking on the Clackamas Cougars. We just wrapped up a very exciting women's basketball game. The number one Lane Community College Titans took down Clackamas, who was ranked number 2. It was Clackamas' second loss of the season as LCC remains undefeated. As we're off and underway here in the men's game on the opening tip, Dominic McGarvey tips it out of bounds, and it'll be LCC basketball.
Like you said, that last game was super thrilling, so we hope to see something similar here in the men's game.
Crawford, Elmore, McGarvey, Chapman, and Blythe on the floor for LCC. They're going to go with Chapman from the elbow. He pumps his way inside, misses the layup, and it's rebounded the other way for Clackamas. Up the floor, under the basket, a lay-in right away. Bashaw gets the Cougars on top, 2-0.
Nice pass there to get the ball inside for the easy layup.
Crawford gives it to McGarvey at the top. McGarvey gives it to Elmore. The ball goes out of bounds off of Clackamas. Going to stay here with the Titans. For Clackamas, David Gonzalez, Michael Bashaw, TJ Doman, Braden Huggins, and Isaiah Gilliam on the floor for the Cougars. They're getting the start.
I'm interested to see how David Gonzalez will go up against this talented Lane team, as he is their leading scorer, and if he can continue that scoring streak here in this game.
Yeah, Gonzalez is guarding Crawford right now. They give it to Blythe on the left wing. Down low, McGarvey, the 6'9" forward, answers the bucket, gets his own, and now goes to the line for an and one play.
Nice, strong take down low. Just no one can stop that big body going down and putting up the nice land.
McGarvey, a sophomore from Eugene, went to Sheldon High School. He was a first-team All-League player there. He's now at the line with a chance to give himself the lead. And he can't rattle it in, just a little strong. McGarvey, a 69.6% foul shooter, misses it there, 0 for 1 at the line today. Gilliam gave it up now to Bashaw. He'll drive down the right lane. Euro steps his way, kicks it to the corner for Gilliam. Back to Bashaw, and his foot was out of bounds. It's going to be a turnover by Clackamas, Lane basketball.
Just an unfortunate turnover. You want to definitely eliminate those unforced turnovers, and that's definitely not one you want to see if you are Clackamas.
Kobe Crawford gives it to the top for Khalil Chatham. Now to Crawford again on the right wing. Gives it to McGarvey at the top. Thought about a three, but gave it to Elmore on the left wing. Down low for Chapman. Works in, spins on Basham. Now to the corner for Blythe. Spins around, gives it to Crawford on the right wing. He'll jab his way in, jumps up, left lane, gets the lane to fall. 4-2 in favor of the Titans.
Good, beautiful ball movement there by the Titans. Looking for a good shot, and they do get it with a nice, strong finish on the left side of the hoop.
Gonzalez dribbling around Blythe. Into the left lane, back to the top now. Bashaw wanted to pass it, but instead he fell to the floor. He traveled, and it's another turnover by Clackamas.
Yeah, Clackamas looking like they're having a difficult time getting into the flow of this game as they have their second straight turnover.
Lane currently ranked number 4 in the NWAC. They're 13-2 overall in the year, while Clackamas, they're 11-5, 4-2 in conference though. Crawford dribbles it off his foot. He picks the ball up, looking for a pass now. Gets it inside for Chapman. He had his man beat. Pump fakes once, but from behind, it's blocked by Doman. Gilliam gives it to Doman. He pump fakes a pass, drives, and can't finish the left-handed layup. Crawford now pushes after he grabs the board. Blythe, a three-pointer from the left wing. Off to the left, but rebounded by Crawford. Elmore now a three-pointer, and that one is money. 7-2 in favor of the Titans.
The Titans got the second opportunity. The ball missed on the first attempt at three-point, but got another opportunity and sank it.
Elmore shooting 38% from three-point range today. He's now shooting 1 for 1 from 3. Chapman down low with the rejection on Doman. And the Titans come up with another defensive stand.
Another good defensive block.
Garvey on the left wing gives it to Crawford. Chapman giving a screen to the right. Crawford goes to the left and then gives it to Chapman at the top. They'll dribble it to his right, hands it off to Elmore, and back to the top for McGarvey. Quickly to Blythe at the elbow, pump fakes his way inside. Now backing in, trying to go down for McGarvey. His pass was blocked, he picked it up and then laid it in. Looks like an injury now for Clackamas. Like Bashaw was shaken up.
Kind of a lucky play there by the Titans as the ball almost seemed to be a turnover, but it kind of bounced back right back into the paint, leading to the open layup.
So it is Bashaw that's injured. He'll check out. Andre Best checks into the game now. Inside they go. And a travel by Ottenreith.
And the Clackamas with another turnover. That's already 3 in this game. They're going to want to eliminate those as Lane is already pushing out to a 7-point lead.
16-15 remaining, first half. Blythe takes a dribble out from McGarvey on the right wing. He's calling a man towards him, then gives it to Crawford at the top. Crawford dribbles with his left hand down to the lane, gives it to Blythe down baseline under the basket, a reverse, but he traveled before then, and it's a turnover by the Titans.
Beautiful pass there by Kobe Crawford. Dishes it down the baseline, but got to stay composed, keep those feet set. Travel there to turn the ball over.
Best on the left wing gets a screen now from Ottenreith. Best will bring it to the top and then give it to Gilliam on the right wing. He'll drive in on Blythe, loses the ball in the paint. Blythe picks it up, and then a kick ball is going to be called.
Definitely some messy play here by both these teams, both looking to play super fast, but maybe calm the play down, take your time as both teams are turning over the ball.
15:40 remaining, first half of basketball. Lane with a 9-2 lead. Kobe Crawford gives it to the left wing for Elmore and then back to Crawford. To the elbow on the right side for Chapman, out for Elmore, three-pointer. Again, it's money for Elmore. He's 2 for 2 from 3, 6 points, and the lead is 10 for Titans.
Jay Elmore has shot 36% on the season from from the field, with a knockdown there, his second of the game.
Clackamas gives it to the top. Lewis will angle his way to the right wing. Into the corner now. Abrahamson inside. Ottenreith. His shot no good. McGarvey, the 6'9", beats the 6'8" Ottenreith. And now Elmore the other way. Can't get that one to fall. Rebounded by Chapman offensively. Bounces it to Crawford at the top. Into the far corner for Blythe. Spinning his way down the baseline. Hands it off. McGarvey slams it home.
What a slam, hyping up the team. And a huge point, 14-2. Lane, absolutely all energy here.
McGarvey showing off the guns after that strong dunk on the offensive end. Lane off to a heck of a start. They're leading 14-2. And right now it seems like everything's going offensively for them. And defensively, they're hanging in there as well. Clackamas has no answers.
Yeah, Lane right now, offensively, they just seem to have so much space, inside, outside, getting open shots, and they just seem so much more composed than Clackamas. When the Cougars get down, it seems way too fast-paced, way out of control, which is leading to their only 2 points so far.
Yeah, so far, Clackamas, they've only attempted 4 shots. Compare that to Lane, 6 of 10 from the field, meaning they're shooting 60%, and they've shot 6 more shots than Clackamas. They are causing a lot of turnovers, 4 turnovers on the defensive end. That's allowed 5 points for Lane, and I think that's been the story so far. Lane, they're getting the shots up. Clackamas, they're not really getting a chance to even shoot.
Yeah, they going out of this timeout, they gotta put a focus on at least getting a shot up. You know, put yourself in an opportunity to score the basketball and try to get the best look you can before turning the ball over.
14:39 first half. Lane with a heck of a start. They're shooting 60% from the field, 50% from three-point range. And Jay Elmore's leading all scorers with 6 points as he's 2 for 3 behind the arc.
Jay Elmore actually has a better three-point shooting percentage than from the field. He is an absolute sniper from the three-point line.
Three-pointer now from Von Koeman. That's no good, but he got his own board after it found its way back to the top. Von Koeman inside for Chapman, and then Lewis drives to the lane, brings it to the near corner. Chapman, good defense, and then it's another steal. Lane forces another turnover.
Chapman, an absolute brick wall down there, not letting anything penetrate into the paint.
Brown out to the top for Elmore, gives it to Wallace, and then down low for Blythe. He'll take a jab step, spinning his way inside. Left-handed floater, no good. Rebounded by Von Koeman the other way.
That's the kind of look the Titans do look to get, just can't finish.
Abrahamson, step back three-pointer off the mark, out of bounds, off of Lewis. Be Lane basketball.
Pretty wild shot there by the Cougars. A step back deep three. Couple seconds into the shot clock. They're going to want to move the ball a little bit and not get such wild shots.
Brad Lackey checks into the game. He'll bring it up to the far side of the court, hands it off to Elmore. He's standing on the Titan logo, now gives it to Chapman to the top for Brown. Lackey will drive to the left lane, trying to go inside for Elmore. He does. Turnaround, splashes through for Elmore. He starts off hot.
What concentration by Elmore. Gathers the ball, turns around in the air, and knocks down the shot.
Clackamas now on the offensive side. Abrahamson hands it off. Best down the right lane, working in on Zach Brown. Can't finish, and then a whistle down low. I think they were going to get a foul on Lane.
Right now, Chapman is causing problems for the Cougars to get inside. Those long arms preventing the Cougars from getting any good looks down in the paint.
Chapman's just whistled for the foul. That is his first. As Clackamas gets it in, Best a three-pointer, and that one finally falls through for Clackamas. They finally get off of the number 2, and it's 16-5.
Yeah, that one's got to feel good to finally get on the scoreboard.
Elmore on the left wing, gives it to the top for Brown, and then around for Chapman. Three-pointer now for Lackey. Airballed. Brown trying to save it, but he was out of bounds, and it's going to be Clackamas basketball.
A pretty good look there by Lackey, just way off on the three, but it was open and definitely got his opportunity.
Best will bring it up the floor. Wallace with the defense for the Titans. Dumps it off to the left side. Lewis drives out for Best. Another three-pointer. That one short, rebounded by Lackey. Best was trying to poke it free from behind, but Lackey pushes up the floor. Brown into the corner. Wallace a three-pointer. Can't roll in. Rebounded by Chapman offensively. He's triple teamed. The ball is on the floor, and then it's picked up by Best. Clackamas with a 2-on-3. Now Van Koeman is fouled. Audenrieth is fouled.
Pretty chaotic on both teams offensively as the ball is being poked out in every direction. No team really settling into an offense quite yet.
Abrahamson to inbound. McGarvey will check into the game. Chapman checks out.
Chapman has been big, 6'9" frame. He has been nice job in the paint defensively.
Three-pointer from Lewis just rattles out. The tip no good from Van Koeman, and up the floor Lackey goes. Down to the left wing, into the short corner, out for McGarvey at the top. The 6'9" forward can't finish it. And it'll remain 11-point game, 16-5. Near corner, Abrahamson out to the top, Lewis. He'll angle his way to the right side, and now inside, Ottenreith finishes over McGarvey, 16-7.
And that was good defense by McGarvey, just a better shot. Pommeled inside and got the shot over the long arms.
Brad Lackey to the top for Zach Brown. Pump fakes, now hands it back to Lackey. He'll go to the foul line, pump faking a couple of times, gives it to Elmore. Another three-pointer off the mark. Rebounded offensively, Isaiah Wallace. McGarvey thought about a three. They give it to Wallace and then back to the top. They reset. Elmore gets a screen, drives into the lane, goes up with his left hand, no good. Off the mark on the layup. Rebounded by Ottenreith.
The Titans got an extra shot there with the offensive board, but still couldn't finish.
Into the far corner and then back out to the left wing, Lewis. They go inside, Ottenreith again working in on McGarvey, goes up, too strong, and then a foul is going to be called. Lackey was hit from the side by Abrahamson.
Abrahamson came flying in for that 50-50 ball, caused some big contact, and hopefully everyone's okay. Brad Lackey with some blood on his head. Hopefully he's going to be okay as he steps off the floor.
Best will check out. Into the game now is Gilliam. So Crawford, Wallace, McGarvey, Brown, and Makinich into the game for the Titans. Kobe Crawford, the point guard. Gets a screen from McGarvey, then goes back to McGarvey at the top. Hands it off to Wallace on the right wing to the top for Zach Brown. Takes a dribble, now picks it up. Over to McGarvey again at the top, throws it over his head. Wallace under the basket, counted and one.
What a pass. Zips it into the paint, and good finish by Isaiah Wallace to finish.
Isaiah Wallace, the former Churchill Lancer from Eugene, is going to go to the line for an and one play. Wallace, a 57.9% free throw shooter.
Wallace, a good scorer for this team, scoring 11 points a game.
He's been shooting poor at the line this season, and he misses another free throw. Keep it 11-point game, 18-7. Left wing, Bashaw back into the game after he was slow to get up earlier. Gives it to the top for Gonzalez, into the near corner, and now Ottenreith down low, working on McGarvey, back to the top. Gilliam drives in, pump fakes a couple of times on Crawford. Out to the left wing for Bashaw, he'll drive baseline, take it away by Wallace with 1 second on the shot clock.
Beautiful steer there by Isaiah Wallace. Again, another turnover by the Cougars.
Wallace double teamed on the left wing, gives it to the top for Brown. Over to McGarvey and now Makinich. Right wing to the top for Crawford. We'll get a screen from Brown and drive down the left lane. Back to the top, Brown, a three-pointer, bottoms it.
A three falls for Lane. They're going to want to finish those as they was wide open for Zach Brown.
They've tripled Clackamas. It's 21-7. Yes, this is basketball, not football. But Bashaw has it. He'll pull up from just inside the arc and bank it in. 21-9.
Nice pull-up mid-range shot to silence the crowd and slow the momentum of Lane.
Crawford at the top, inside for McGarvey. Left wing, and now Brown goes to the low block for Crawford, out to the top for Brown. Left wing for Wallace. Gets a screen from Zach Brown. Now will pull up from the foul line. Wallace can't finish. Rebounded by David Gonzalez. Angles his way to the left wing, working in on Isaiah Wallace. He has a screen coming from Vaughn Coman. He'll go the opposite way, then kick it to Gilliam in the corner. He'll go it into the low block on Crawford, misses the shot, offensive board by Ottenreith, and then knocked out of bounds by Makinich. Going to stay here with the Cougars.
The Cougars have been able to penetrate and try to get into the paint, but they have not been finishing those opportunities. Give credit, though, to the Titans who have put their hands up, not fouled in the paint, and made it difficult for the Cougars to finish down low.
So a timeout's going to be called. 8:34 to play, first half of basketball. Lane with a 12-point lead, 21-9. So far, Jay Elmore has the 8 points, 2 3-pointers, and then the turnaround in the lane. He's shooting 50% from the field. And then the other guy, Dominic McGarvey, 4 points. He had that huge dunk early on.
Yeah, just a ton of energy from the Titans. And for the Cougars, it just doesn't seem like they have any pace, any rhythm in their offense. It's just thrashing and trying to get to the rim as quick as possible. I think they really need to slow down and gather together in offense.
Yeah, Clackamas, they are getting more shots. The last time we spoke during the break, they only had 4 shots total. Right now they're up to 15 shots, but they're not shooting very efficiently. They're shooting 26.7% from the field. What do you think they got to do to get back into rhythm and start taking more quality shots?
Yeah, again, slow down. They haven't been passing the ball very well. As soon as somebody gets it on the wing, they seem to do a little iso ball or throw up a shot after a step back. So maybe get the ball moving and pass the ball around to try to throw this Titans defense off their game.
So they'll come back onto the floor. It'll be Clackamas basketball. Gonzalez, Bashaw, Van Komen, Gilliam, and Ottenreith on the floor for the Cougars. Bashaw gets it into the corner for Gonzalez, takes a jab step on Crawford. Gonzalez scoreless so far and then gives it to the top. Three-pointer on its way, too strong from Huggins. And then the ball is on the floor. Huggins actually into the game. Three-pointer now from Bashaw off the backboard, no good, but Gilliam's there with the follow-up. And it's a 10-point game, 21-11.
Nice offensive rebound there, but some wild shooting on the two previous shots. Michael Bashaw throwing up a deep contested three. They're going to want to get better looks than that.
Right wing, Makinich has Bashaw on him, gives it to the top for Crawford. He gets a screen from Brown, and then he throws the ball away. Gonzalez up the floor for Gilliam. The Titans get back defensively. Garvey with the rejection.
What a rejection, energizing the crowd again. McGarvey with a huge rejection on the fast break.
Brown angles his way to the right, drops it down to the baseline for Makinich. Inside, Wallace. He's fouled from behind. Wallace is going to go to the line and shoot two.
Ben Wallace playing with great pace and great speed, gets to the line again.
So Wallace at the line for the second time today. So 0 for 1 the first time. Again, a 57% free throw shooter. And he makes the second of his free throws today, 1 for 2 now.
Brad Lackey, who plays about 12.5 minutes a game, again is still out after the head injury in the collision earlier this half.
Elmore will check in as Makinich will take a break. Gilliam will bring it up the floor for the Cougars. He'll angle his way to the left wing, gives it to the top. Three-pointer on its way, no good from Hudgens. Rebounded by the Titans, and Crawford will bring it up the far side of the court.
The Cougars again settle for another deep three that's somewhat contested.
Zach Brown is blocked from behind. Gonzalez there with the rejection. Gonna stay here with the Titans. 7:11 to play, first half of basketball. It's a 12-point lead for Lane.
Nice job there by Gonzalez to stick with the play defensively and get the ball and not clip the arm whatsoever.
Crawford tried to go inside for McGarvey. It's stolen away by the Cougars. Up the floor, Hudgens, step back, three-pointer off back iron, rebounded by McGarvey.
Just possession after possession, the Cougars are throwing up threes. They are just not falling. Really, really quick possessions for the Cougars.
McGarvey flings it over his head for Crawford on the right wing, gets two screens, and then gives it back to McGarvey on the left wing. Spinning his way inside, backing in. A defender goes up and wins the battle.
What a play. Dima Gadchev has no chance at stopping in the post. Beautiful, beautiful play using the strength to get to the basket. Inside,
Gilliam down the left lane. He's blocked.
More ISO ball by the Cougars.
Wallace draws in defenders. A three-pointer from Brown. He answers it. 28-11. Beautiful play. Wallace drove inside, and then Brown buries it. So 17-point lead with 6:13 to play. First half of basketball. And Lane continues their domination against Clackamas right now. They're shooting 40% from three, 47.8% from the field. And Clackamas, they're shooting 22% overall, 11% from three. Just completely opposite stories today.
Yeah, right now the Cougars seem to just go down the floor and try to throw up a three as fast as possible. Whereas right now for the Titans, they're settling down. They're moving slowly and getting good shots. Specifically in that last play, they got Zach Brown wide open on a three, who he shoots 40% from the three-point line, so a very solid three-point shooter. You know, the Cougars just cannot let him get an opportunity like that from the three-point line.
Right now, for Clackamas, Braden Huggins is 0 for 3 with 3 three-pointers that he's missed. It seems like right now, and especially since he's checked in, they've gone to him to shoot some threes, and it just hasn't been working. The only person that's made a three was Andre Best, and that was a little bit ago, but other than that, Clackamas hasn't really had anything going offensively.
Yeah, right now you got to look to David Gonzalez as he is that leading scorer, but he has been pretty silent in this game. We'll see if he could step it up as he's been their leading scorer throughout this season.
Yeah, he hasn't even attempted a shot so far, just has 1 rebound and 1 assist, also has 1 foul. He had 17 points in their last game, but not even a shot right now. Bashaw at the top takes a sidestep, now picks up his dribble, looking inside, and it's taken away by Chapman.
Chapman with another defensive play.
Blythe down the left wing into Ford on the near corner. Back to Blythe at the top, and they swing it to McGarvey, and now Elmore. Gets a screen from McGarvey, goes into the paint, fade away, turn around, bottoms it.
Unbelievable shot there by Jay Elmore. Great shot to keep his composure.
Quickly up the floor, Doman blocked initially, got his own board, and then is fouled.
Khalil Chapman is unbelievable down there in the post, making every single shot. Whether the Cougars think they have it open or not, Khalil Chapman always seems to be there to contest the shot.
So now Doman will go to the floor, or excuse me, to the foul line. The 6'3" freshman guard / forward from Woodburn, Oregon. Misses the free throw.
That's one you really want if you're the Cougars. You've had a tough shooting night from the field. You finally get to the free throw line and can't sink it. You know, this game could easily slip out of hand pretty quickly here, even though we're still in the first half.
Doman 0 for 2 at the line. He's a 38% free throw shooter this season, as now LCC has a turnover. They're throwing it up for Elmore, and they're saying it's off of him. He can't believe it either way. It's Cougar basketball.
Yeah, definitely a savior there for the Cougars as they get the ball back after the 2 missed free throws.
And now they're going to tee up Elmore. And now, I think they just teed up the coach, too.
They did. The Titans seem to have all the momentum, and all of a sudden,
Back to the tees.
they lose their composure, have 2 technicals, and, you know, definitely just a absolute savior here for the Cougars as they seem to have nothing going for them until now.
So Matt Zozel will get the technical as well as a technical on Jay Elmore.
A moderately insignificant call to get so amped up about. Seems questionable by the Titans. It was just an out-of-bounds call here, 5 minutes left in the first half of this 30-11 game.
I would definitely have to agree. As Bashaw is at the line, he makes the first of the free throws. And misses the second. LCC bench makes some noise, and now he'll shoot 2 more technical free throws.
The Cougars have an opportunity to get 4 straight points here. He missed the second of his free throw, but now sinks his third.
Has a chance for point number 3, and he doesn't. So he goes 50% at the line.
As the Titans bench screams, they know they kind of missed a bullet there as the Cougars had an opportunity to get a 4-point change. Definitely a missed opportunity there by the Cougars.
The bench making some noise. It's 30-13, and now the fans get into it. Doman in the low block brings it to the left wing. It's the loudest this place has been all day. Best gets a screen from Ottenreith. Brings it to the short corner near side. Bench making some noise. Gonzalez down the right lane. Floater can't fall, but he's fouled and going to the line.
Finally, Gonzalez makes his impact in this game. They really needed him there as the crowd was hyped up. He silenced the crowd with a nice take into the lane and gets the foul.
So now David Gonzalez will be at the line, and a timeout's going to be called. 4:59 to play. And right now, normally after a technical foul, it seems like the emotions are really high for a team. But it seems like instead of the momentum shifting towards Clackamas, it seems like it fired up the bench a little bit.
Yeah, and maybe that's to the Cougars' missed free throws. You know, it seemed like they were extremely irritated with the calls being made, but then the Cougars missed their opportunity to punish them on the technical So I think that only fires up the Lane bench even more.
We're finally seeing a little bit of David Gonzalez. Normally the leading scorer for Clackamas. He's been pretty silent so far. He's about to take his first trip to the line. How do you think they design a game plan to get him back involved?
I think you just need to put the ball in his hands, get the ball moving, put screens up, try to move the ball inside and out, and try to get him better looks inside. But also, the Cougars have to make their free throws. They get 2 more chances here, but they are just 2 for 6 to start this game.
Gonzalez at the line, bounces it once, and then swishes the free throw. Gonzalez, a 5'11 freshman point guard from Gervais, Oregon, went to Silverton High School, and he swishes through the free throw, a 73% free throw shooter this season, 100% today. Forward into the game for the Titans, gives it to Ethan Blythe on the right wing. He's guarded by Bashaw, now gets a screen from Zach Brown at the top. Hands it off to Elmore on the right wing, gets a screen from McGarvey. Into the far corner for Brown, and then back to Elmore at the top. Ford in the front court. Driving in on Gonzalez, got past him, fouled, and won.
What a play. Tyshawn Ford with the quickness to the rim and finishes with the foul.
Ford, the freshman guard out of Portland. He's averaging 6.4 points per game. He's played in a lot of games this season.
However, he has struggled from the free throw line, shooting 50%, but he knocks down and finishes the N1 there.
So a 3-point play for Tyshawn Ford, his first points of the game. And the lead is 18 for LCC. 4.5 to play first half. Best up the far side of the court, Ford with good defense. Gets a screen from Ottenreith and now to the top. They give it to Doman. He'll drive down the left lane, pump fake, spins back to the elbow. Ottenreith, a jumper, no good, rebounded by Blythe.
Definitely one the Cougars are gonna need to knock down if they have hopes of coming back in this one.
Blythe falls to the floor but kept his dribble going, and then it's knocked out of bounds off of Clackamas. 4:05 to play, LCC ball.
Nice job by the Titans trying to move the ball, but they have had a lot of success slowing it down, moving the pace to their level, and getting good looks.
Ford inbound, gets it into the far corner for Elmore. He'll take a dribble to his left and then drive into the foul line, and then his fadeaway falls in.
Jay Elmore with 3 identical looking shots here, pulls up in the middle of the paint. Beautiful composure in the air to knock down the shot.
Foul is going to be on Ford. It's the 6th foul on Lane, so the next foul will put Clackamas in the bonus. Or will it put him in the bonus now? No, not yet. They're just saying the foul is on 13. They go down low. Ottenreith working on McGarvey to the top for Doman. Fakes a pass, drives right lane, scoops it up and in. 35-17.
Beautiful shot selection by Domain. Passes up the contested 3 like they've been taking all game and gets in for the nice layup.
Right wing, Ethan Blythe. He'll take a step to his right, drive down the baseline, kicks to the corner. Elmore, a 3-pointer off the top of the backboard, rebounded by Bashaw. Probably the ugliest looking shot we've seen tonight from Jay Elmore. Bashaw traveled, I believe, or yes, he did.
Another turnover, and that's been the story of their game for the Cougars. They tried to play fast, tried to get into the paint quickly, trying to get shots off as fast as possible, but it is definitely causing some clumsiness in their offense.
It's the 8th turnover by Clackamas as Ford will check out. Kobe Crawford checks into the game. Elmore will check out as well as Blythe, Lackey, and Wallace check in. Kobe Crawford, under 3:10 to play. He'll drive in, and then back out to the left wing, McGarvey. To the top for Zach Brown, and to the right wing for Lackey. He'll cut his way inside, and then he's blocked by Doman.
What a block to come over to not his man and get the block and reject that shot. That's going to be huge if they can continue that interior defense.
So a big rejection. There's 10 seconds on the shot clock. Lane to inbound from their sideline. Crawford gets it into Wallace on the left wing. He'll add a screen and then put up a three, and he drains it.
Using the screen to get the three-point shot, the defense anticipated him to drive, but he just took his space and pulled up. Nice shot there by Isaiah Wallace.
Wallace now has 7 points in the game. Far side, Bashaw, he responds with a three-pointer of his own, and it's 38-20.
Nice job by Bashaw keeping his composure and knocking down the shot.
Brown at the top to the left wing, McGarvey gives a screen to Lackey after he handed it off to him, and they give it around to Isaiah Wallace. From the short corner on the far side, he'll give it to Lackey for a three-pointer, and he answers that three-pointer with a three-pointer of his own. Brad Lackey, who has the school record for three-pointers made in his high school, has his first three-pointer today.
He's got the Band-Aid on his head, and he is still playing after that head injury. Good to see him back out there.
Gilliam into the corner, Bashaw three-pointer. That one off front iron, rebounded by Zach Brown.
Bashaw having a tough shooting night so far. Actually, not terrible shooting night too far, but another missed three.
Crawford is blocked in the lane, but it looked like he was fouled, and he's going to go line and shoot two.
The Titans again get to the line. That has been the key to success here, as now this lead might continue to grow, 41-20.
So Crawford, I believe, is taking the trip to the line, and he will. Again, this Lane Community College team, 13-2 overall, 4-1 in the conference. Clackamas, they're 11-5, 4-2 in the conference. LCC lost their first game of the season against Tacoma. They lost that game and then won 9 straight games. They had their first home game of the season. It was here at LCC. They lost it to Portland. Portland in that game shot over 70% from the field and over 60% from three-point range. One of the best shooting performance nights that I've ever seen. But since that day, LCC has won 4 straight games.
Kobe Crawford missing both free throws there.
Bashaw, a three-pointer, no good. Tipped out by Brown, but Ottenreith down low gets the offensive board, and he's fouled.
Bashaw with his second missed three. He's been letting it fly.
1-1 now with Ottenreith. They're going to get Crawford for the foul. That's his first.
The Cougars have struggled from the free throw line here as they miss another free throw.
Ottenreith too strong. Lackley brings it up the far side of the court. Takes a dribble to his left, gets a screen. Now crosses a man inside. They go for Brown. He's double teamed. Backing in now. Goes up and gets it to fall. Wasn't the cleanest shot, but it rolled in. And it's a 23-point lead for Lane.
And a beautiful fake there as the Titans get the steal.
Crawford up and under, counted and one. Clackamas dribbled it off their foot. Crawford picked it up, took it down to the basket, and was fouled from behind. Kobe Crawford going to the line for an and one play.
What a play. He had the taller Isaiah Gilliam on his heels looking for the block, but he blocked that out and still finished the layup.
25-point lead for Lane. Make it 26. The lead is larger than the amount of points that Clackamas has scored. And now Andre Brest will bring it up the floor, looking for at least one basket before the end of the half. 45 seconds to play. Best to the top now. Inside, Ottenreith working on McGarvey, and he finishes over him. They get that basket, and it's 46-22.
Nice job there by the Cougars, getting the ball inside, trying to slow it down and actually get some movement going.
And timeout's going to be called by Lane Community College. 23.2 seconds remaining here in the first half. 46-22. It is a 24-point lead for Lane. And with this timeout being called, think that Matt Zozel kind of just wants to talk things over with his team, design one last play before the end of the half. And if you were him in his shoes, what do you design for this last possession?
I think you have to just stay composed. There's 23 seconds left. There's still plenty of time, but you want to get the last shot here. You do not want to give the ball up for the other team to get another possession. I think you hold the ball and try to get the best shot you can.
Who do you give the ball to? Is it Elmore? He's been the hot shooter today, 5 of 9 from the field. He's had a couple of nice turnarounds. Do you try to get him the ball and design a play for him for a final shot?
If it's in the paint, I give it to Jay Elmore, but he has somewhat struggled from the three-point line. He's 2 for 5. Zach Brown hasn't missed a three, so maybe you look to him at the three-point line.
Be interesting to see what they do. Matt Zozel in his first season as the LCC head coach. Prior to that, he was the top assistant here for the prior 2 years. 2 seconds separate the game clock from shot clock. 10 seconds on the shot clock. Crawford drives to the right side, and then a foul. I think they're going to get it offensively on Crawford, and they are. So LCC won't even get to put up a last-second shot. Instead, it's a turnover. Their 8th foul of the half, and Clackamas will have the final possession.
A difficult call there, kind of just a 50-50 contact. Hard foul by kind of both those teams, but it went the Cougars' way. 8 seconds left. They're going to look to get their last shot here.
So now to inbound it is Hudgens. They get it in for Gonzalez at the top. He gets a screen, brings it to the right wing. 4 seconds now, 3 seconds. Van Komen at the buzzer. No good, too strong. And that'll do it for the first half of basketball. And all I can say is this has just been absolute domination for LCC. They're outscoring Clackamas by 24 points, and Clackamas only has 22 points overall. Lane shooting 56.3% from the field, 46.2% from three-point range. Clackamas, about half of that for each, even less than that.
Yeah, it's hard to come up with some highlights for Clackamas, as they just have looked, negative in every way of the game, whereas Lane has had a lot of highlights. We have Jay Elmore, who's had 12 points, their leading scorer, and Zach Brown with 8. He's shooting 2 for 2 from three-point line and 3 for 4 from the field, as well as just all-around good play by the entire team for Lane.
That indeed. But that'll do it for us in this first half of basketball. Lane currently leading 46-22. We're going to step aside and take a break. But in about 14 minutes, we'll be right back for the second half of basketball. Keep it locked here on the Titans live stream on YouTube. Back here for the second half of basketball. Lane Community College currently leading 46-22. Knight Uretsky, Ben McGrath with you as we are about to embark on the second half of basketball. The lead is currently more points than Clackamas has scored. And it'll be a huge uphill battle for the Cougars. They want to get themselves back in this. Clackamas wearing the red uniforms. They'll be going from our right to our left now as Gonzalez drives inside, kicks it to the top. Working inside. Out and around. Lewis throws it up. Bashaw, he's blocked by Chapman, and it goes out of bounds.
Those long Chapman arms are absolutely dominant. Inside and outside, perimeter defense, interior defense, he can do it all.
Bashaw couldn't even get the three up because of those long arms. Now Gonzalez. He'll drive in and lays it up and in. Finally, David Gonzalez is getting going. He's the leading scorer for Clackamas this season, but today he's just gotten 2 free throws and now that basket.
Yeah, that's got to be good for him to see as he finds his first field goal go in.
McGarvey gets it over to Crawford and then a foul. I think they're going to get Gonzalez on that foul, and they are. That is his third. McGarvey inbounds it in for Crawford. He's at the top. Gives it to the right corner for Blythe. Now to McGarvey. Elmore to the right wing. Crosses up Bashaw. Now goes to the elbow to the top for McGarvey and over for Crawford. Into Blythe in the corner. He'll drive baseline up and can't lay it in. Chapman there with the follow-up.
Nice job by Chapman, doing it on both ends with a nice putback.
Gonzalez, a three-pointer, and he drains it. His first three-pointer that he's taken today, and he's 1 for 1, and he's getting Clackamas a little bit back in this as he has 5 points here in the second half, and a foul on the other side.
Yeah, a nice job on both possessions on the offensive end, but just picked up 2 fouls on back-to-back possessions. You want to stay in this game, you don't want to foul like that this frequently.
And that's his 4th foul, and it comes 18:40 left in the second half. And so Clackamas is going to have to play a majority of this half, we assume, without their best player. Chapman under the basket now, working in. Goes down for McGarvey, who lost it, and a jump ball is going to be called.
The Cougars have got to close those passing lanes better. They're passing around in the middle of the paint. The Cougars got to look to tip those balls out and cause some turnovers.
Crawford, inbound, gets it into Elmore. He'll put up a 3, and that one just rattles out. But Chapman's there under the basket. He pump fakes momentarily, and then softly lays it in. 50-27 now for Lane.
Chapman is just dominating, getting every offensive rebound, dominating on the defensive end. He has been unbelievable.
Yadashev puts up a 3. That one too strong, rebounded by Chapman. Chapman starting to be a force again inside, and then a whistle in transition. They're going to get Doman with the foul.
The Cougars not looking energetic, not looking to have any spice coming out of the half. Definitely not something you want to look for.
And as you said, they're not looking very energetic. It's a complete platoon swap of substitutions. 5 new players come onto the floor. It's a 23-point lead for Lane. Chapman goes down to Crawford. He'll back his way in. Now to the corner. McGarvey puts up a 3, and that one too strong. Grabbed up by Gilliam.
Open 3 there. He wants to knock that one down next time.
And a whistle before the shot. It's going to be on the floor. I think they're going to get Chapman, and they are. Chapman's going to pick up his 3rd foul.
So far, this second half has been much slower pace. Both teams not really pushing the ball in transition. That might be better for the Cougars as they struggle to push the ball so far.
Quickly they go, a 3-pointer, no good from Abrahamson, and then a whistle again, and I think this one's on Clackamas, and it is.
Again, struggling from the field. The Cougars just have yet to put it together from both the 3-point line and all over the floor.
Blythe double team, gets it to Chapman into the corner. McGarvey back out to Blythe, fakes a pass Now gives it to Elmore. Elmore driving into the lane. Double teamed, trying to get free. Bounces it to McGarvey, and he dunks. No. Got lost in the transition, and he's fouled.
Nice job by the 6'9" McGarvey to try to get to the rim. Almost finished the dunk on top of the foul, but he just got clipped too hard to finish it. He's shooting well from the free throw line this year, shooting 73.9%. We'll see if he can knock down these next two.
Garvey makes it. Garvey, the 6'9" sophomore from Sheldon, where he was a first-team All-League player. Hopes to go to a university someday and graduate with a degree in business, but he goes 1 for 2 at the line now. 24-point lead for Lane, 51-27. Gilliam to the right wing. Best bounces it over to the right, now to the top. Inside they go for Ottenreith, and he's short on the turnaround hook. Crawford up the floor. Hands it off. Chapman inside. Mid-range, no good. Best comes up with it, up the floor for Abrahamson, and fouled in transition. He's going to go to the line.
Nice job pushing the ball with control by the Cougars. They're able to get to the line, but it's just got to be frustrating to not see that ball go in the rim. They've struggled to make shots from the field, and that continues.
It is continuing here in the second half, but Abrahamson going to go to the line. Abrahamson, his first free throw is good. Makes it 51-28. Abrahamson, a 6'4" freshman wing player from Gresham, Oregon. He is a 76.9% free throw shooter, and he's perfect from the line today.
The Cougars thankful to see those two go in, as they were struggling from the free throw line before that. But a good break there from the line for them.
McGarvey's now fouled by Abrahamson, so Abrahamson goes from being fouled to getting a foul. That's already the 5th foul from Clackamas, and we're not even 4 minutes into the second half.
Yeah, they just seem slow to every pass, slow to every ball. They're not really getting onto those plays like they want to.
Chapman quadruple teamed inside the paint. He lost the ball, but McGarvey found it, threw it to Elmore, a three-pointer, and that one splashes through from Elmore.
You just can't leave Elmore that open from the three-point line. He's a 38% shooter and knocks it down, the wide-open three.
25-point lead, 54-29. Inside they go. Ottenreith almost ball from McGarvey. Instead, they're going to get McGarvey with the whistle. That's his first foul, and it's going to send Ottenreith to the line.
Yeah, almost looked like a block from here. Rejected at the rim. Both the tall boys going at it, but ended up fouling him, and now he's going to the line.
Yeah, it was the 6'8" Ottenreith versus the 6'9" McGarvey, as Ottenreith misses the first free throw.
Cougars now 6 for 12 from the free throw line, just 50%, not what they want going into the second half.
Yeah, Ottenreith, 65%. 1 for 2 trip, or right around that 65 range. Blythe at the top. Dribbles it to the circle over the right wing now for Crawford. Back to Blythe at the top. Pump fakes a pass and then goes back to Crawford on the right wing. A three-pointer is short, tipped and contained by Clackamas. A steal at the midcourt, though. A 2-on-1. Chapman keeping it himself under the basket, up and in. 56-30. Up the floor quickly, and McGarvey gets called for a foul from behind. Hudgens was going up for a block, for a basket. It looked like almost a block, but McGarvey got a little bit too much meat on that one.
The Cougars they're trying to push the ball, but back-to-back possessions, they get the ball stolen and then blocked, although the foul, as they're about to switch their entire team for a new squad.
Seems like that's what they've been doing in the second half, and it's exactly what's going to happen. Completely new lineup, except for the shooter as of right now.
The Cougars continue to try to push the ball, but unsuccessfully I do have to add, as the Titans have really stopped and caused turnovers on that Cougar fast break offense.
So Summers, Van Komen, Doman, Gonzalez, and now Lewis come into the game. Brown answers with a triple from the far corner, 59-32.
Way too easy there for the Titans. The Cougars got beat on the press and couldn't get back to prevent the three-pointer.
Far corner, Van Komen to the top. Into the near corner, Summers drives in and then threw it right at Chapman. Up the floor quickly, Kobe Crawford lays it in.
Just easy bucket after easy bucket here for the Titans.
They're pushing the pace, almost causing another turnover. Summers now step back and doesn't pull from the left wing. Drops it down to the short corner, and the shot was short. Doman throwing it to the top, and Summers is there. 20 seconds on the shot clock as it resets. Doman down the left baseline, up and under, laying it in. 61-34 now.
A miscommunication there down by the Titans. No one was guarding him as he easily walks into the lane.
Ethan Blythe keeps it himself, angles his way to the right lane. Now Zach Brown again for three. That time he can't get it to fall. His first miss from three-point range, but Elmore can't respond as well. Crawford, a third attempt, was short. And up the floor, Doman throws it to Summers. A three-pointer. That one off back iron. Chapman there grabs it.
Give Kobe Crawford credit on the last possession, although they didn't score. He had 2 offensive rebounds, just at 5'11".
Elmore is going to be fouled on the floor. Summers is going to get called with a foul. It looked like he just grabbed him from behind. And a timeout's going to be called. 13:44 to play, second half of basketball. And, well, this one, it feels like there hasn't really been a lot of momentum going because there's been so many fouls called and a lot of stoppages, a lot of turnovers. 10 fouls in the opening 6 minutes and 16 seconds.
Yeah, I mean, not only the Titans playing better basketball right now, but it also seems like they're working harder. Kobe Crawford's 5'11", and he got 2 offensive boards on the last possession. The Cougars just look lethargic and slow, and that might contribute to the reason why they're fouling so much. They're getting to their spots late, not setting their feet, and simply just reaching in to the Titans ball handlers. So the Cougars definitely have to look for some more momentum, more enthusiasm as their play continues.
Do you feel that the reason why they're coming out so lethargic is because they're just holding their heads so far down after that halftime deficit?
Yeah, probably. But at this point, the Titans should be so comfortable with their lead that their effort you would imagine, would be less than the team that is trying not to get blown out by Lane.
It's also a valid point.
But also give credit to the Titans as they have not let up. They're still going for offensive rebounds despite being up 61-34.
Riley Sangermano checks in for the first time today. Isaiah Wallace wide open in the corner, and he rattles it in.
No one there to contest Isaiah Wallace as he shoots the wide open three.
And they just leave shooter wide open in the corner, and that results in 3 easy points. A 30-point lead for Lane, and another turnover by Clackamas. Makinich pushes into the corner, out for Lackey. Now to the top, Makinich cuts between 2, out to the 3-point range. Lackey can't hit the 3. And then from behind, Zach Brown is called with the foul.
That's a good shot. That's what you want to see for the Titans as Brad Lackey gets an open 3, just can't put it down. He's shooting an average 31% from the 3-point line this year.
13:10 to play, second half. Best on the right wing, on the Lane Titans logo, brings it to the top. Now a pull up for 3 and got an open look and buried it.
Finally, and that is a huge 3 by the Cougars. They have not shot well from the 3-point line, just 4 for 19.
Wallace to the right wing, Makinich. Sangermano now to the elbow, back out, Makinich a 3-pointer, short. Ottenreith with the board.
Another open 3 there for the Titans. No one there to contest, but well short.
12:30 to play. between two defenders, weaving his way to the basket. Abraham's son, a nice play there for Clackamas.
Euro at the bottom to get out of the defender's way, and a nice right-hand finish.
Lackey will bring it to the left wing, hands it off to Brown, back to Lackey, to the top for Sangermano. Makinich on the right wing, he'll drive to the baseline, goes inside. Lackey was cutting, and he finished 66-39.
Nice job by Lackey, cutting behind his defender, making a play, and the Cougars just got caught off guard.
Offensive foul on Clackamas. That's their 7th foul of the half, and turns the ball right back over to Lane.
Isaiah Thomas and the Titans as a team are still energetic. They're still clapping their hands after every turnover. They are not giving in.
Lackey will bring it up the floor. As this one is knocked out of bounds by Bashaw. Going to stay here with the Titans. Lackey getting some valuable minutes now, as well as Wallace, Brown, Sangermano, and Makinich. These guys haven't played a lot today in this game, but in the second half, they're getting some pretty big minutes. Wallace, mid-range, short corner, buries it.
Wallace doesn't have the biggest frame, but he uses speed and quickness to get the space and get the shot off.
29-point lead. Ottenreith inside is fouled by Brown, and Ottenreith is going to go to the line again.
Nice power dribble and down low to get the defender jumping, and he's just too big and too strong not to get fouled there. Nice play. Right now, the Cougars are shooting 60% from the free throw line, 9 for 15. As they miss another one, now 9 for 16. Definitely not what they want to be seeing after a tough shooting night from the field as well.
Yeah, and you know, Clackamas was actually shooting a better free throw percentage than Lane this season, as they get the second one to fall. They're shooting 66.8% from the free throw line. Lane only shooting 60%. So you'd think that Clackamas would be doing a better job at the line, but tonight they aren't. Makinich to the top. Brown gives it to Wallace. He'll drive to the top, kicks it to Lackey. He'll dribble around between his legs, now gives it to Brown. He'll drive down the right lane, goes up with his right hand a little too strong. He was looking for a foul, doesn't get it. Ottenreith to Best, throwing it up for Ottenreith. Wallace got tangled in there, and it's a foul on the floor. 1-and-1 coming up.
Nice job getting the ball inside. Cougars just have to try to maintain possession of the ball and at least try to get up a shot on most of their possessions.
Ottenreith, a 6'8" center, makes the front of the 1-and-1, so we'll get a second free throw. 68-41 now.
The abundant fouls continue by both teams. Lane has 15, and the Cougars have 14.
Ottenreith goes perfect at the line on this trip. 68-42. Lackey got his pass swatted out of bounds by Bashaw, staying here with the Titans.
Bashaw, I think the best for the Cougars. He's done a nice job trying to poke the balls out, trying to make it difficult on the ball handlers for the Titans.
Lackey dribbles it to the left wing, back to the top for Makinich. Gives it to Isaiah Wallace. He'll dribble to the right wing, and then gives it to Makinich, who gives it right back. Around they go. Down the lane, and no good. Too strong. Ottenreith with the board.
Nice defense there by Michael Bashaw, giving in the help.
Bashaw goes inside, and the ball's on the floor, taken away by Wallace. 3-on-3. Back, Makinich a three-pointer, and that one falls.
Makinich hesitated to shoot that three, but it seemed to almost disbelieve how open he was and then fired.
Best drives, fouled, going to the line.
And now the fouls are racking up for the Titans as they send the Cougars to the line again.
That is the 8th foul on Lane. Timeout going to be on the floor. 9:58 to play. a little over halfway through this quarter, and we've seen 15 fouls combined by both teams. Just seems like we can't get any consistent rhythm in this game. There's just always stoppages happening.
Yeah, and that's going to make it tough for the Cougars to get any kind of momentum to try to get back into this game. Although the one thing that can help them is that they are now shooting their 20 and 21st free throw just with still plenty of time left in this game. So if they can knock down those free throws at a better clip than they have so far, which is 63%, at least maybe they can lower this lead just a little bit.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see. Lane currently ranked number 4 in the NWAC. They started the season ranked number 5. Clackamas was ranked number 9. But since that point, Lane's had a better start to their season, and Clackamas hasn't been as successful. This has definitely been a down year for Clackamas. These two teams played last year, and Clackamas split the series against Lane. They lost the first time, but then beat them the second time. But right now, Lane seems to have Clackamas' number.
One big thing has been turnovers. Lane has 23 points off turnovers on the Cougars, and the Cougars have 4. That is one of the biggest differentials in this game, and turnovers have just been an absolute nightmare for the Cougars, and give credit to the Titans because they are punishing them for them.
Ford will check into the game. Sangermano checks out. Actually, he'll just instead move out of the block. Ford's still staying in there. Best at the line, and
the free throw shooting continues to be poor for the Cougars as they miss that next free throw.
Blackie short on the layup and out of bounds off of Lane. 9:45 to play, second quarter. 71-43 the score.
Right now, the Cougars just looking to cling on to something, give some sign of hope, some sign of improvement, but we have yet to see that as they have been struggling in nearly all areas of this game.
Doman to the top. Gonzalez, who's into the game, playing with 4 fouls. Gets a screen. He'll drive down the left lane, goes under the basket, and he's blocked. Ford there keeps it alive, and the Titans come up on the defensive end with the stop.
Lane with their 7th block of the game. They've been absolutely brutal down there in the paint.
Ford takes a jab step, angles his way to the left wing, gets a screen from Brown to Makinich at the top. Lackey on the right wing. Sangermano out to Makinich. Will drive down the right baseline. Goes up and lays it in with the left hand. Lead is back to 30, and as I say that, it's now 28 as Clackamas goes quickly and scores 2.
I think we're beginning to see the comfortability of the Titans as they just let the Cougars get an easy fast break there.
Ford at the top. Over to Lackey. Gives it to Brown. He'll cut between 2 defenders. Fouled and goes up, but he doesn't finish the shot, and he'll go to the line and shoot 2.
Yeah, pretty soft foul. He had the opportunity to finish that one, biting his nails that he couldn't, but at least he'll go to the line for 2. Right now, Lane, we've talked about the Cougars' free throw shooting struggles, but it has not been Lane's night from the shooting from free throw as well, as they are now 5 for 11, under 50%. So both teams not shooting well from free throw.
Gonzalez will check out. Bashaw checks in. Free throw rattles in from Brown. (74-45), a 29-point lead for Lane. Bashaw down the left lane, jump steps his way into the paint and finishes the floater.
Bashaw is leading this scoring for the Cougars as now he picks up his 11th point.
Ford turns it over. Gilliam with the steal. Up the floor, pushing, gives it to Bashaw. The 3, no good. Rebounded by Ford.
More struggles from the three-point line for the Cougars. Had an open opportunity there, but missed it.
Makinich called for a screen, didn't take it, and then gave it to Brown. Now Sangermano lost it down the lane. Another steal. Gilliam pushes again. the paint he goes. Turnaround, hook, falls.
Nice shot there. Turned with a hand in his face and still knocked it down. Great shot.
Lead is cut to 25, 74 to 49. Near corner, Sangermano out to Lackey, a three-pointer. Too strong, Sangermano grabs it. Lackey in the lane, working in, turnaround, can't get it to fall, but another board. Sangermano got it and then traveled.
Lackey's ball movement off the ball is unbelievable. He is cutting all over the place, trying to get boards, trying to get his teammates open. That's really been difficult for the Cougars to contain as he is flying all over the place off ball, which leads to open shots and open shots for his teammates.
7:13 to play as Gilliam picks up the ball. The clock will start. Clackamas drives in. Bashaw. Now Gilliam in the far corner. Driving inside on Sangermano. Ottenreith from the elbow. He'll drive in on Brown. Goes for the mismatch, and Ottenreith's fouled.
Ottenreith has definitely tried to get himself going in the paint, but he just hasn't been able to see the ball fall. He's 2 for 7 from the field, and he's gotten to the line 7 times. This will be his 8th and 9th time, but he's only knocked down 4 of them.
And the free throw's no good by Ottenreith.
Ottenreith now 4 for 8 from the free throw line.
He's about a 60% free throw shooter this season, so right around that range, and misses this one. So he's 4 of 9 at the line. Lackey to the top for Ford. Over to Lackey on the left wing. Gets a screen now from McInich. He'll drive inside, finishes with the left hand, a layup.
What a smooth scorer Lackey is as he goes to the rim with a pretty slow pace, but just has himself under control and gets the layup.
Inside they throw it for Ottenreith, and his foot was out of bounds. That was McInish's foot, that is, as he almost got the steal. Instead, it stays here with the Cougars, 20 seconds on the shot clock.
Yeah, McInnish going for the steal. Good effort there to try to disrupt the offense, but the foot accidentally tapped the sideline.
Into the corner, a three-pointer is short. Gonzalez with the miss, and the Titans push it up the floor. Lackey on the far side. Quickly into the paint. Brown is fouled.
The Cougars just slow to every transition ball. That was a moderately slow transition break, but again, slow to the play, and that's what caused the foul because they weren't able to get their feet set or their body set to contest that shot.
Shot is strong on the free throw from Zach Brown, the sophomore from Springfield.
Again, like we've said all night, the free throws have been a nightmare for both teams. I believe Lane is now 6 for 14 from the free throw line.
So Brown 0 for 2 at the line on that trip. Keeps it 76 to 49. Quickly, Abrahamson can't finish the layup. He had an open look, but it goes out of bounds off of Clackamas with 6:01 to play, and it's Lane basketball.
The Cougars still with not much energy as they will go for the full court press now. Just trying to have some turn of events here against the Titans.
Ford cuts between 2 players. Now he's triple teamed, gave it up now to Sangermano, and back to the top for Brown over to Lackey. He'll drive inside and then back to McInich and Ford on the left wing. 10 seconds now on the shot clock. Brown in the short corner on the far side, backs his way in and then just lays it up and in. They count the basket and then give a foul.
Not totally sure what went on there. I think they just counted the basket. What we called, I don't know.
I'm not sure. I think they called a foul, but I'm not sure exactly what happened.
I mean, they definitely counted the basket, so that would erase a blocking. foul, but
Yeah, I'm not sure. Either way, 78 to 49. Far corner Best. Short, it might have been blocked. Ford pushes it up quickly, a 2-on-2. He'll keep it himself momentarily into the corner. Makinich, a three-pointer off the iron, and then Sangermano can't tip it out. Best, a one-on-one, blocked.
Best was absolutely alone on that fast break, has no teammates following him. It just seems like such a lack of effort from the Cougars right now, as transition has been their game plan from the beginning. They have tried to push the ball, but now, they only have a one-man offense on transition.
Best into the paint. Abrahamson is fouled and going to the line.
Good pump fake there to get the defender jumping as he'll go to the line.
The 19th foul of the half combined from both teams. Under 5 minutes to play here in the second half, and that'll result in a media timeout. So Lane currently leading 78 to 49, and pretty much can say this one's pretty much wrapped up and over. But there's still a little bit of time left. Looking ahead to the schedule, Lane's going to be at Southwestern Oregon on Wednesday, and then they'll be at here against Mount Hood next Saturday. We'll have that for you guys here on the Lane Community College live stream. But for this Lane team, starting the season with a loss, coming here and then having a loss to start league play in the conference, now they're playing a Clackamas team that came in ranked this season, and they're blowing them out 78 to 49. Got to feel this is a big confidence booster for the rest of the season.
Yeah, for sure. Lane has looked really good on many, many surfaces. They've had some star standouts. Brad Lackey, in my opinion, has been unbelievable. His box score throughout the season hasn't been crazy. He only scores 5 points a game. But his off-ball movement, his energy, his defensive focus has been a real firepower for them this game.
It showed up in ways that haven't necessarily been accounted for on the stat sheet, as Abrahamson makes the free throw, 78 to 50, 28-point lead for Lane, and make it 27 points. Lackey back to Ford. They're trying to break a full court press. Ford does break the full court press as they get it past the timeline. Makinich down the baseline, goes up, and his shot was blocked. Gonzalez up the floor, but it's picked off by Ford.
Again, the Cougars trying to move the ball with pace, but throws it away immediately a second into the shot clock.
Ford with a little bit of energy, making some moves on Best. Now from the left wing, Makinich to the top for Brown. He'll take a dribble before giving up to Sangermano. Back to the top for Ford, 10 seconds on the shot clock. He'll get a screen to the right, doesn't take it, instead throws it inside. It's a bad pass, and it goes out of bounds off of Makinich with 4:12 to play.
The Titans still looking energetic, still moving fast and with pace, going for offensive rebounds. That's got to be good to see moving forward, as they're not letting up despite this blowout.
A jab step, and now a three-pointer from Gonzalez. That's off the mark to the left. Brown with the board.
Gonzalez is the Cougars' leading scorer, but he has had a rough night. Only 2 shots made, one of them being a 3. Only 7 points for him today.
Lane completely spreading out the floor. Sangermano down the lane, can't finish. Poked out by Makinich, but up the floor, Huggins goes. Into the corner, Abrahamson, a three-pointer, and that one falls for Clackamas, 78 to 54 now.
Clackamas just getting their 5th three-pointer all game despite 19 attempts. Despite 25 attempts, Not been a good three-point shooting night for them.
Turnover by Lane, and a lay-in good from Abrahamson, 78 to 56 now. The bright spot, you could say, for Clackamas now is a three-pointer from Sangermano goes in. I guess the bright spot that I was going to say was they were outscoring Lane in the half, but with that three, Lane retakes the lead, and now they retake the lead in this half. As inside, Van Komen finishes, gets the bucket and one. So yes, in this half, Clackamas has outscored Lane 36 to 35. So that is one bright spot you could say for the Cougars right now.
Yeah, I mean, Lane has missed a bunch of wide open threes or open shots. I wouldn't give all the credit to the Cougars, but at least they have kept it somewhat even and competitive in the second half.
And the free throw goes in, so they're outscoring them 37 to 35. There has been a lot of fouls called regardless in this half, and I think it's helped both teams.
Definitely for the Titans moving forward, that's going to be something they want to look at in their next game is removing those fouls.
This one goes out of bounds off of Van Komen. Stays with Lane, 2:44 to play. It's a 22-point lead. Ford crosses him up, now gives it to Lackey. To the top for Sangermano. To the far side, Makinich's pass is tipped, and then it finds its way to Ford. 5 seconds on the shot clock. Ford will put up a three. That one too strong. Rebounded by Huggins.
Now Lane is really struggling from the field. They've struggled to get any shots outside of the paint.
Gonzalez takes it down the right lane. Nobody around him. It's a 20-point game with 2:15 to play. Ford cuts between two defenders for Lane. Stops at the free throw line. Hands it back to Brown, and then he gives it to Makinich. Behind his back to Ford. And he'll slowly walk it over to the right wing. Ford is fouled.
Nice job by the Titans to keep this ball. They're not trying to turn it over with this 20-point lead at the end of the game.
Foul is on David Gonzalez, so that's his 5th foul. So the best player for Clackamas, David Gonzalez, who's their leading scorer. He hasn't been much of an impact in this game as Ford makes the first of the bonus free throws. Gonzalez finished with 9 points, 2 assists, 2 rebounds, but he fouls out and he only shot 3 of 6 from the field. Didn't really shoot a shot the entire first half. Inside, Abrahamson spinning around. Back to the top. 3-pointer now, and that one's strong from Huggins. Corralled by Ford as he's pushed out of bounds on the sideline. Another foul. Throws it up half court and almost made it.
The Cougars, at least a little bright spot for the Cougars. They didn't turn the ball over in this past couple possessions. It looks like they're slowing down and trying to get somewhat of an offense going, but the fouls continue to be a problem as they pick up their 18th foul of the game.
Ford rattles in the free throw. 23-point lead again for Lane. And Ford sinks the second one. So 24-point lead. That's exactly what it was at the half. So a pretty even second half so far. With under 90 seconds to play. And another whistle. How many fouls have there been in the second half?
It feels that has been the story of the second half. 5 seconds, then foul. 5 seconds, then foul. Lane just picked up their 20th foul of the game, most of which was in the second half. As the Cougars knock down their first free throw.
Abrahamson, the freshman from Gresham, makes it. And it's a 22-point lead with 1:22 remaining. Up the floor, Brown takes a dribble into the corner. Makinich, a triple. That one can't fall, and that another foul.
It is unbelievable. It seems that every single possession there is a foul.
There has been no movement to the second half. There has been over 20 fouls called in the second half.
Tyshawn Ford shooting his 6th and 7th free throw. He was 5 for 5 before that miss, as now he will shoot his 7th.
There have been more fouls in the second half than Clackamas has made field goals in this game.
Oh, man.
That's your stat of the day.
Yes, I was about to say. Another foul.
Another foul.
It really, I'd love to know the time difference between each foul these past few minutes.
That would be a great stat, too, to find out. There really hasn't been anything. Between the last two fouls, there was 12 seconds. Lackey bounces it down low, and it's stolen away. Best up the floor for Bashaw. Ford goes, corrals it, throws it up. Ottenreith takes it back and lays it in for Clackamas.
A nice clean layup there. No contact.
Ford up the floor. Makinich dribbles it under the basket and then gives it back to the top for Ford. 38 seconds on the game clock. 15 seconds now on the shot clock. Brown to the top. Lackey, a three-pointer. That one falls for Brad Lackey.
Brad Lackey picking up another three. He's had himself a good game. Nice job knocking down the open three.
The other way, Abrahamson makes the basket with 17 seconds to play, 89-67. Ford will dribble it up the floor. The bench is screaming no shot. And Ford will dribble it out for the end of this one. But Lane comes off to a hot start in the first half. They led 46-22 at the end of the first half. The second half was filled with points and fouls as both teams combined to score almost 90 points. They both finished with 88 points, but Lane ends up winning big time, 89-67. Your final thoughts, Ben?
Yeah, this, like you said, the story of this game, or at least the second half, was fouls. Lane jumped up to the early lead, the early dominance in the first half, but there was just no momentum or flow for the Cougars to ever really build any kind of comeback, which prevented the score to be nearly the same differential as it was to end the first half.
Yeah, the total fouls in the game was 40, which is a lot of fouls. Yeah. But that'll do it for us here at LCC. 89-67 was the final. Both the Lane Community College men's team and women's team win today against Clackamas. They both pick up big wins. Lane, they now improve on the year. They are 14-2 overall, 5-1 in conference play. They will be playing on Wednesday at Southwestern Oregon in Coos Bay. And last season, Lane went 3-0 against the Lakers. It's been a pleasure. Knight Uretsky and Ben McGrath. We'll see you guys next time here on the Lane Community College live stream.